very much, Mrs. Asuko. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope that you're having a good time. Please do join me to make welcome the Director, Monitoring and Investigation Office of Education, Quality Assurance, in the person of Mr. Akodu Kamaruddin. Mr. Kamaruddin is the second in command at our very space where we call Alausa in Lagos. He's here to admonish us. Mr. Kamaruddin, sir.
Thank you very much. You said I'm the second in command at Alausa. I hope my guys are not hearing you. So I need to correct that. I'm not the second in command. If I were to be the second in command, I would be the permanent secretary. Because we have the Honorable Commissioner as number one in the ministry. The second in command is the permanent secretary. I still have an acting director general before me, before he gets to me. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am happy to be here. In fact, to get down here, I promised the proprietress that because of the importance the ministry attaches to schools that have government approvals, when we are invited, we always make effort to attend such occasion. And that was why when she reminded me, I had to leave whatever I was doing in the office and I rushed down here. And that is to show the importance we attach to schools that are approved by the government. So, Madam Proprietress and the management and Oga Master, and all the parents that are here, I congratulate you for this program you are having today. I met the children making presentation about different countries, different continents. And I was asking Madam that by nature of her dressing, which continent is she representing? Asia. She has dressed as an Indian. Now, looking at me, from which country do you think my dressing? Where? Somebody said Ghana. all continents. What I'm putting on is universal. Yeah, I belong to the world. So good afternoon one more time. It's my pleasure to be in your midst. This is not my first time of coming to this school. At least I was in this school before the school got approval. I was in this school to give advice, to do inspection before my other colleagues that came to do site inspection, approval inspection, and other activities before they carried it out. I have known this school for a while, and it is to my pleasure that I see everyone here and I see our mothers. Please, our mothers that are here, clap for yourselves. I'm not surprised. In any function that we have in schools, mothers always come in large numbers. Don't mind we fathers who. It's not that we don't have time. We have time, but we have to take care of you. So my few colleagues, my few fathers that are here, let us clap for ourselves. Thank you. Let me use this. Now, I have been asked to give words of admonition. But before I do that, I need to let you know what the office I represent, what we stand for. What do we do? The office is known as the Office of Education Quality Assurance, and it is domiciled within the Ministry of Education. We have 20 zones in all the 20 local governments in the state. And we have officers at the headquarters. Me, I work at the headquarters. I am the head of the Monitoring and Investigation Department. The agency monitors activities in schools. We monitor schools' compliance to government directives. For example, if government says all schools should vacate on a particular day, we will send officers out to find out whether some schools stayed behind after that day or some schools vacated before that day. The same thing about resumption days. We have harmonized school calendar that all schools should follow. We also monitor all activities that are going on in the schools. And my department is specifically responsible for investigating all matters affecting children in schools, primary, secondary, private, and public. Most of the cases you have been seeing on social media affecting children in schools, those cases have been coming to my table. We have been investigating all those cases. And when we see things that are not in conformity with the guidelines laid down by the government, it is our duty to bring this to the notice of the school management, and to some extent, we can even ask schools to organize parents forum meeting where we come there to address parents. One issue that we have realized is the issue of child abuse. Government does not toy with the safety of our children in the school. They are your biological children, but the moment they are in school, they have become government children. And government does not want anything negative to touch them. And it is because of this that in the year 2016, our governor, then Governor Akinwumi Ambode, he signed a policy known as the Lagos State Policy on Safeguarding and Child Protection. And all schools were mandated to have that policy and to apply it. And it is under this policy that the government abolishes corporal punishment, that there should be no caning, there should be no form of abuse on any child. But every one of us that we are sitting down here, if I tell you what constitutes abuse, you will bear me witness that none of us is innocent. We have abused our children, if not in the school, we have abused them at home in one way or another. When you tell your child, I know you will not get it, you are Olodo, that's emotional abuse. It's an abuse on its own. Could you believe that a child committed suicide? He died, and we held the mother responsible. A child committed suicide because he was insulted by parents. He saw himself as a no-good child because that was the way the parents made him to believe. When our children commit any offense, we should not be in a hurry to condemn them. If you ask your child, or if you are a teacher, you ask a student a question and the student fails, don't let us condemn that child. Let us tell the child, oh, you did not get it, but I know you can do better. We should encourage them, even when they are not doing the right thing. Let us teach them to do the right thing. And we have discovered that most of the abuse cases, about 75 to 80% abuse cases we are handling, emanated from the home. And this is why it is very, very important we need to talk to parents. Anywhere I see a gathering and parents are there, I'm always very happy to share this knowledge with them. We have handled so many cases that involved abuses of children. And I have handled some cases that are so heart-touching that I did not know when I started shedding tears. See, all these children that God has entrusted in your care, they are golden eggs. They are entrusted in your care. The eggs must not break. The eggs must not crack under your care, not to talk of the egg breaking. And we need to take very good care of our children. Sexual abuse, please listen. Sexual abuse does not necessarily mean when there is carnal knowledge. Having sex with a child is just part of sexual abuse. If you are a man and you are putting your arm on the shoulder of a female student, it's an abuse. If you insert your finger in the nostril or the air lobes of any opposite sex. You do not know which part of that child that will turn the child on. It is forbidden. You are a male and you are putting your fingers in the ears or the nostril, or you touch the breast or you touch the bum bum, any sacred part of a child, it is an abuse. If the case is reported and you are found culpable in court, you go to jail. And I need to let you know, if anyone, an adult, is found culpable of sexual abuse in court, it is life sentence. No parole. Nothing like this person has spent 20 years and is of good behavior. Let us release him. No. For government to show the importance it attaches to the safety of the children, government has set up a special court to try such cases. Government has a special medical center at Ikeja to test children that have been alleged to have been abused sexually. Government has trauma counseling centers in different places where children, we have psychologists, we have counselors that can talk to them. If such a child is in shock, they can counsel the child to bring the child out of the shock mood. We need to be up and doing as parents. There are several things we parents have been indulging these our children. When you have an uncle or you have a sibling, either male or female, particularly a male, visiting you, and your female child is now sitting on the laps of that uncle, don't allow it anymore. Abuse starts from there. Where you have an uncle or you have a male sibling that is hugging your female child, don't allow it anymore. It starts from there. Before you know it, abuse will come in. And these people that abuse little children, they are watching you. Even they want to see when you have lost your guard, when you are careless, your child is not under your proper care. That is when they strike. The moment an abuser strikes, it can damage the life of that child. Imagine a child that was raped at tender age. That child will not forget that incident. It could even make that female child to decide that she will not move near a man and eventually may say she does not want to have anything to do with a man, not to marry. It can damage the child's life. We have handled cases where it was the father that was having sex with the mother. We have handled one where the girl, a 15-year-old girl in SS2, the father was having sex with her and she could not take it anymore. She got to school one day and she confided in somebody that she was not happy with what the father had been. The mother was no more with the father. So she confided in somebody that she was no more happy. She was not happy with what the father had been doing. And she did not want to go back home. And she had nowhere to go. So the moment that person got the message, they alerted us in the office. We arranged to extract her from the school. We made her to lead us to the house. We used an officer's phone to invite the father home. And we had police officers with us. And the father was arrested. He was locked up. And we removed this girl from the home. Lagos State has different shelter homes scattered all over. So we saw that child will not be safe in the custody of such a man. That child is living in government shelter home now. So the child will be taken care of by the government until she becomes of age. And she can decide on her own whether she wants to go back or she wants to continue elsewhere. So these are some of the things we have been facing. We have handled a case where a 3-month-old baby was sexually assaulted. And the private part was almost damaged. It was blood everywhere. And what these people are doing it for, only God knows. There was one that the owner of the school, the man, was the one perpetrating it. And he invited 3 of the little girls in a room. And he was having sex with them one by one. And they were watching it. And he warned them that if they should tell anyone, they will die. Unfortunately and surprisingly, his wife knew about it. So we were informed, the man was arrested and the school was shut down. So several cases like that. But some of these cases, we learned that some of these children had been exposed to sexual activities from home. So we need to watch out. If you are having a boy and a girl, watch the way they relate. Take care of the type of films they watch. Guide what they read. And make sure they live in separate rooms. We should try as much as possible, mothers, to bathe our children by ourselves. If you have a houseboy, don't allow the houseboy to bathe your girl. It starts from there. And there are some other things we have noticed. You see, Lagos State has zero tolerance for what we call hurried child syndrome, where parents will be in a hurry for their children to move to the next class. We handled a case in a school in Lagos here. It was a parent that even wrote petition to us that in that school, all the children were given double promotion from primary 1 to primary 3, primary 2 to primary 4, primary 3 to primary 5. They all jumped one class. And the parent said she was not happy that her child was moved from primary 2 to primary 4. And she wrote a petition to us. So we visited the school and we discovered that it was true. Parents, please do not rush your children. Nature will take its course. We may be more intelligent because of our exposure in life activities. I will share an experience with you. I was at a computer village one day to repair my phone. Another young man came. He brought one sophisticated phone, and he said it was a 6-year-old girl that spoiled the phone. And he was using password for the phone. He did not know how the 6-year-old girl opened his phone. He said he woke up around midnight and he saw the child using the phone. And he asked her, how did you open? Even your mother does not know the password. Do you know how the child opened it? I don't know if I should say it here. Our children are here so that they will not use it on your phone. Should I share it with you? The children want to know. I will tell the proprietress. She can share it with you on your parents' platform. I don't want the children to know so that they will not apply it. Your phones should be confidential. Many of us, we feel we are using phones to train our children. We are spoiling them. Some of us, we buy expensive phones for them at tender age. Let us stop it. Some of us in our children's bedrooms, we have different play gadgets. We have television, video, everything. It will not make them to concentrate in their studies. And many of us, we believe that everything the child needs to learn should be in the school. No. These children spend only 8 hours in the school. The remaining 16 hours they spend with you at home. So you need to play your part. So on this note, I hope I've been able to pass on few messages across to us. Thank you very much.